Well, greetings to the remaining 5 of you. I welcome you to what should be the 6th class trial. I was not preparing for this, but it seems we don't have a choice in the matter, thanks to all your declarations and forcing my hand on this matter. We have found quite enough. I know that we can figure out what happened to Carmelita.
And why did you say 5? I mean, don't you realize Monomi's here?
While she may be a student, I will no longer be counting her due to her pathetic escape of my plan.
I will not let you kill me. It's not going to happen, Monokuma. I have plans you can't imagine.
Ones that you just won't see fulfilled. I'm not gonna allow it. Cause if you killed that fox, I swear I'm going—
Wait a damn second. Before we get this started, what are you doing with your child?
Oh, Pier's in a timeout. After his betrayal, I'm gonna be keeping him right here. I want to raise the stakes a little, since apparently you care for my child so much. So if you try anything funny, I simply won't hesitate to, raise the stakes.
Isn't he your child? I thought you loved him.
Things change, and they will always be changing. With the way things have gone, I do not mind anymore if I reprogram them afterwards. So let's keep it as such, shall we? Now this class trial is going to be a little different. As I don't know who ended up killing, I will be entrusting whoever we want as the culprit.
What the hell does that mean? Are you saying that we just vote someone and trust they killed Carmelita?
That's how I would word it, yes. But considering how smart you all are, I will accept anything. I'll be checking in and I'll let you know if I find an answer to this murder. But otherwise, well, I'm leaving it up to the remaining few of you to figure it out. So, I wish you all good luck. I hope to hell you fail.
We did what Monokuma wanted, but now since we tried to betray his things a second time, he's really reached a breaking point. We betrayed his trust, freed Monomi, and now the dimensions and crystals that he can use to escape are gone. He can't betray the community anymore for his own survival. But neither can we. We're stuck in here. And what we did ended up costing us the life of Carmelita, the last Swords member, and a traitor to us that lied and tried to use us for her own gains. But that's to be changed. We've done many of these, and we're going to solve this. We have to. We just gotta remember what happened. Alright everyone, it's trial time. We've done this before, and we're gonna do it again. This time, we have some helpful faces back with us. At least if I don't lose my life.
Did one of us really do it? I mean, there's only 6 of us left. We lost 2 people. So, where do we go?
Someone caused this murder and we're gonna figure that out. Everyone causes one of these murders, so I can trust that it's one of us. But I don't know where we begin here. But maybe it's just me. I never know where we begin. But we don't have a Monokuma file. All of us were in different places. And there was a big ass explosion. And I agree. Not only that, but the corpse of the person we're talking about has a lot of wounds, and her head was away from her body. Not to mention, there's a missing other person that was part of it. Elizabeth being destroyed, Carmelita being stabbed in 2 different places, and her head being off her body. There's a lot to take in. But I don't remember what happened. What? Don't look at me. I don't remember anything. You were the one who caused that strange thing. I didn't cause anything. The portal did that, okay? I was not affiliated by it. Sure, I gave off some big aura, but it wasn't me.
Then, where did this explosion come from?
How did Carmelita's head get in my hands, and why can't I remember anything? Her head is the biggest mystery. We don't know how it got into that room. I think maybe we should talk about it. There might be something we figure out. I don't know how Carmelita's head ended up in my hands. It showed up there. Maybe there's something I'm forgetting. I need to try and remember. You guys tried to take the dimensional portal and leave, correct? Tom Nook found us the crystal, so we tried to use it to escape.
Well, we were able to activate it by splitting up. It didn't work. There was an explosion.
Everything got destroyed, and all of us seemed to pass out for a bit.
The debris locked us in the room, so no one could have gone in with her head. But that's where it ended up, so there's no other places it could have been.
Wait, that's wrong.
I understand your thinking. When whatever that was, the failure of the machine, it bursted and created some debris that collapsed onto us, and it trapped the 5 of us in that room.
There wasn't a way out. We really tried to look for it. We were only able to find one thanks to Monomi. I mean, I was in a different room compared to all of you, so I mean, it makes sense.
But that's what I think proves Dingodile wrong.
What are you saying?
We don't have any traces that Carmelita's head could have easily been taken to this room. I mean, her head may have been bleeding in my hands, but I don't recall ever seeing it get in. But I do know of one place where a similar bloodstain was found. The computer room that Monomi was in.
Yeah, we saw blood in there. So, was Carmelita's head taken in there?
Well, that means 2 things. One, that room wasn't cordoned off. It wasn't destroyed like the main one, so someone could have slipped in. Secondly, does that mean it's Monomi? What? I don't know. I saw the blood, yes, but I don't recall seeing her head. In fact, if I might add, I don't think her head might have been taken there.
What are you thinking, Ashley?
Madeline's theory holds a lot of ground, but I don't think it's possible. You see, while we were investigating, we found something outside of just the blood, and it showed us what happened in that room. You remember this, right, Madeline?
Something that showed us what happened in that room. I think I might know what she's talking about. There was something that came out. So what was it? What could it have been?
I got it!
Ashley's words hold ground. There was something that we saw that ended up proving what she's saying. There was a recording of the computer room that those Monokuma and Monomi were trapped.
I like how you're using this, yet I wasn't able to see it, only hear it.
We got you. We saw in that video, Monokuma had cornered Monomi. They trapped each other in that room, and that's where he was about to kill. We saw him swing his wings at her, but then suddenly the blast from the other room occurred in there, and that blood that we had mentioned had appeared.
But at the same time, Monokuma and Monomi were disabled for a bit. That's why I'm saying I didn't see anything. Even when I got up, I didn't see Carmelita's head in there. But I know someone else didn't either.
Oh my god, are you all dumbasses? You saw the video. I mean, clearly I'm not the culprit. If her head didn't show up there, then there's no way I could have done anything.
That's right. You didn't see her head in the video, so your argument doesn't hold a lot of ground. I suppose you're right. I didn't think of it. Dang it. But then, what was that blood there for? Elaborate? I mean, we saw the video of the blood appearing, yes, but neither of those two, Monomi and Monokuma, can produce blood.
Exactly. They're robots. They can't do that. So that blood must be someone else's.
Well, it's impossible to tell how it got there. The flash in the video was extremely quick. Even slowing it down, we probably won't see anything. It only lasted for a second, and when it fades away, it's just there, and those two are out cold.
So then, how did the blood get there? What could have caused it? I think we need to find the answer to this. While we can't tell what happened in that flash, it was definitely some big event. We need to discover how the blood got there.
Monomi's right. There must be something that connects that blood suddenly showing up to the answer to this case. So, whose could it be, and how did it get there?
The blood had randomly shown up in the video.
There's a chance it couldn't be blood. It could be something else.
Well, I'm not seeing another option beside it being Carmelita's.
Well, no one could have moved it. The only one who was accounted for was Pierre.
It's not like it was teleported there. Otherwise, it would have done a lot more damage.
Wait, that's wrong.
Teleported. You know, that brings a really good idea.
What are you saying?
I think, in fact, there was a way it was teleported. We still don't know what that white flash was, right?
Nope. We haven't fully been able to figure out what it is from. And if we did, we'd probably be able to answer that immediately. That white flash in the video made that blood appear. That means that somehow it was possible.
What do you say? That white flash was like magic of some kind?
Magic? Magic.
Hey, Badeline, I have a question.
What is it?
What if teleportation is actually a possibility here? And that's how the blood got there.
Really? How do you suggest it did?
There's only one thing I can think of that might answer it. And the reason why it teleported was due to the machine we activated. It failed, but it caused a surge that we had sensed before. It wasn't the only time we saw something like this. It did it earlier and during the same day. We saw it break and it do the same thing. It caused damage then too. It's probably the same thing, but because we had so much power put into it, it might have teleported her head. It might have moved it so that—
Please don't be absurd. What? No, that doesn't work, Madeline. The teleportation theory, I don't see it.
I mean, girl, you're
That's not what I mean. I'm saying that this idea that her head was teleported, it doesn't make sense. I mean, we did that thing the first time. It didn't break and teleport people around. Why would it only work the second time?
She has a point, but I think you should probably step down. Not in a chance. I'm gonna keep fighting. I think this might be the answer. Let me show you, Piranha Plant.
Yes, we may have seen the machine make a dimensional blast when it fails, but who's to say it has any side effects like teleporting? Well,
It's not the only time we've seen dimensional powers have side effects. We've seen it before with Monomi, and more importantly, with Elizabeth.
sure, we've seen it, but it hasn't actually caused any issues. If we knew that it would do this, we'd probably be able to figure it out immediately. Not to mention, why would it teleport just her head? Maybe it wasn't broken at the time. Maybe something cut it off and it teleported only that because of it. But how does that work? There's no way there was anything that proves it could have been this.
Piranha Plant. That's wrong. There is one. I actually have something that proves this theory possible. Piranha Plant, I have a way that might be able to indulge you in the truth.
What?
Just tell me. You see, when we first initially booted up the system, Monokuma had showed up and used his crystal to stop it. This not only counteracted the effects of it, but shut it down. But the second time we booted it up, it was so strong, it caused the crystal inside to break. Yep, it's broken now, and we can't use it.
Which I'm still pissed at. Those things cost a fortune, and there's only so rare. After all, I shouldn't have never let it in the possessions of kids.
Monokuma, don't jump the gun. As I'm saying, I think this is effective because this means that stress was put on the dimensional thing. If it had cracked the initial time, it had finished its stress because something was countering it. So the teleportation happened because something had countered it? How does that make sense?
Actually, this isn't the first time we've seen something of this matter. Remember Dementio? When we first all showed up to the game, Dementio had tried to leave, but Monokuma used his crystal and it caused an explosion very similar to what we saw. It wounded him even. only that, but the same thing happened a second time when we tried to make that system. Monokuma used his crystal and interrupted it, and it caused another explosion.
But wait a sec. Well, that makes sense. That would mean there had to have been another source that produced energy. And if I make the step in, we know that Monokuma didn't use his crystal. I didn't see him pull it out. While he was charging it, it would have only affected the 2 area. So then, Monokuma's crystal didn't cause this surge? Then what stepped in and caused it?
This is nothing. You're getting somewhere you don't know what you're doing. Just give up now. This idea of this dimensional thing, it's pointless.
No, we're too close. In fact, I think we might be connecting the dots. We got this. I know we do. So please, let me do this.
Fine.
So, if Monokuma's crystal wasn't a source of that magic, then what else used it to cause that explosion? If the portal had broken and caused a surge, then there had to be another source. It couldn't have been Monokuma with his crystal. And it wasn't any of us who could wield magic.
Was it just a screw up on our part?
Or perhaps, was it a friend? I agree with that. Monomi, it doesn't take me twice to think that I know you're right. You see it too, don't you? You're doing this again? Alright, what's your idea? Look, we don't know a lot of people who can wield dimensional magic like that. Well, the closest we have is Ashley. I know she doesn't have those powers. Correct, you are. But there is one person who does have the power to break dimensions and go through them. That person was Elizabeth. What? Oh. Well, wait 1 second. So wait, does this imply that Elizabeth made that explosion happen?
It would make sense. We've seen her do it before. She's used her magic to show us the gaps in the world, and she even used it to bring Badeline back from the factory dimension.
Elizabeth's dimensional powers were able to surge just like the crystals, just not as powerful, but they had the same properties. I believe that, in a way, Elizabeth might have been the thing that caused that. Did we forget that Elizabeth's currently in pieces in the room where Carmelita's body is? Yeah, I mean, if she's broken, how could she have caused such that impact?
This actually raises another question I've been curious about. How was she broken to begin with? I mean, if she and Carmelita were alone in that room, some conflict might have arisen. And she had stab wounds, so what's happened?
That raises a good point. Is it possible that somehow Elizabeth might have ended up killing Carmelita? No, I don't see it. So then, what could have done it? We've seen Elizabeth deploy such tactics before. If the dimensional power were to be contested, it had to come from her.
That doesn't explain how she got broken.
But she was with Carmelita. So, if she'd attacked her, then it would explain how her head teleported. But the damage came from the machine, not the computer room. And it's not like she had a reason to use her powers to begin with. That's wrong. Piranha Plant? In fact, Elizabeth did have a reason to use her abilities. What? What do you mean? I don't like where I'm going with this. But the idea makes sense. There's only one method that I can see working in this area. Come on, Badeline. You know what you have to do. Might as well just say it. This ever stopped you before. There's one thing. One possibility that could work for this. When we were investigating Carmelita's crime scene, she had a stab wound through her stomach. A massive one. One abnormally sized that we mentioned. It was thin too, and it was giving off some strange aura to it. But that same aura came from Elizabeth when we found her. I think Elizabeth used her magic on Carmelita and stabbed her. What?
Hold on. What?
No. What? What is this? She used it on herself?
Your theory holds ground, Madeline. I could definitely see it working. After what had happened, Carmelita was in a state that she didn't really know if she had power anymore. This means that she felt like she had nothing. She failed to catch the Mastermind and now was going to be killed.
Exactly. And I think she saw this and decided she might have done what she wanted to happen to Link. She, I guess, tried to kill herself. And that's why she scurried off with Elizabeth. What a theory. It's so sad, don't you think? Killing yourself to lose another friend. Great. I didn't know this.
And because of that, there's reason to hold that maybe Elizabeth had charged her magic to stab her. And that's how she got that wound on her stomach. This in turn activated the dimensional surge and resulted in that space being activated.
Wait a damn minute. But wouldn't that in turn mean that Carmelita had lost faith? The only thing we know is that Elizabeth dies when everyone around loses faith in her. But since we're in a dimension where it's only a few of us alive, that power grew weaker. She couldn't use it.
Actually, Dingo, she could.
No. How?
We used her. We did it to get into the room where we first found Monomi. It was with her powers that we were able to get in and find her at all. So then, did the sword really kill the fox?
Are you serious?
Man, I thought I was gonna execute one. But it seems all your pathetic nerves just... Well, technically speaking, Elizabeth wouldn't have been the one to kill her.
Huh? What are you saying, Nook?
If Elizabeth's power was enough to be charged to open the locked room that Monomi was trapped in, then there must have been someone who had enough power to charge up Elizabeth as well, correct?
Right. The only way she could deal that is if everyone believed in her. Which, as of late, we weren't. I know I wasn't.
If Carmelita couldn't have done it, then... And Monomi doesn't count because she's a robot, then that leaves only a few of us.
What are you getting at? Are you gonna say...
The only reason that magic activated was because someone here still had faith in Elizabeth. And that's how she was able to charge up magic and kill Carmelita. So technically speaking, whoever still had faith in her is the culprit.
What? That doesn't make any sense. There's no way that could be coherent. How are we gonna be able to know who has faith in her or who doesn't? It's untraceable. You can't figure that out. But the point still stands, doesn't it? Everyone now realizes that it's possible that someone here might have taken belief in Elizabeth. Well, I don't know about the others. The others didn't have much connection with her as I did. But maybe... Maybe we didn't... Wait. Could it be me? That wouldn't make sense. But I still trusted her. Does that mean I'm... Wait. But that... Hold on! Nook, I like your theory. But unfortunately, I think we can't answer that right now.
What do you mean we can't answer it?
Yes, it's possible that Elizabeth had someone trust in her, and that's how she got the energy to attack Carmelita. But remember, there are 2 other wounds on her body. While that may be optional, we can't declare that was the one that ended up dealing the fatal blow to her. Right, there was the stab wound on her back, but there was also her decapitated head as well. Any of those could have dealt it. Okay, but how do we narrow down which one it actually was? I say we take a moment and make a list. After all, this case has been complicated already. We need to make an identifiable gram to figure this out. Give me one moment. Right, I know I'm not a programmed artist, but here you go. You see, we have 2 sources of magic that are both considered dimensional. Elizabeth and the machine. If Elizabeth ended up attacking Carmelita, then it would connect right back to the machine. That sounds about right. One thing that isn't explained here is the blood in the computer room. It caused by the explosion, so it must have been affected in some way. There was a source of magic in there.
We saw the video. Monokuma held out his crystal. It might have reacted to it, and that's why the blood was spilled over there.
Okay, so now there's a third source, the crystal in the computer room. This one must have been, Elizabeth's magic must have deterred back to it. That's how the blood got there. So after being attacked by something, Carmelita's head went from where Elizabeth was to the room where we all were. Wouldn't that make it a complete loop? Have everything in that room go back to the crystal?
I have an idea of how this happened. I genuinely do.
Nook, are you thinking of something?
If I can borrow that paper really quick, I might have a way that might explain how Carmelita's head was teleported, and how it came in your arms. And it might reveal a possible culprit as well, if the Elizabeth theory is overstretched.
Then I should hear you out. You have a good idea, and I feel like I should follow up. So tell me what you're thinking.
To find a way where Carmelita's head ultimately ends up in the room where the machine is. So, I need to ask you, there might be a way it can happen.
I understood. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'll start with this. Who tried to attack Monomi?
Who tried to attack Monomi? The video. We saw it, and we know the deal as well. The person who ended up trying to go after Monomi was Monokuma.
Correct. He was about to kill her in that room, and he was going to use the crystal to do so. That causes that activate. Now then, I have another question. If the portal activate, what would Monokuma be striking instead?
If the portal activated, the crystal would have caused a surge, and it was holding up in front of his face. Essentially, he would have been attacking that, but we know that's not possible. If the attack went through the portal, it would have to connect back. His strike hit Carmelita.
Yes, when he attacked, it did more than just that. The crystal was connected to where Elizabeth was. When her magic charged to stab Elizabeth, at the same time, he had striked Monomi, and it caused that attack to go right to where Carmelita was.
So Monokuma attacked Carmelita. Then that would mean...
And of course, finally, after attacking the head, where did it get teleported to?
Dimensional ring. Monokuma had tried to kill Monomi, but striked her head. It decapitated her, and the head, it rolled, and it went straight to the room where I was, and that's how it fell in my hands. The person who decapitated Carmelita is Monokuma. You know, I think we understand this case now. I think we found the culprit. Really?
Oh, you did? Oh, thank goodness. Just say it.
What do you mean? You see, in the video, we saw Monokuma use the crystal. That crystal would have in turn been connected back to Elizabeth. But that would mean that when he tried to attack Monomi, his attack missed. That's why he was unsuccessful in attacking her and killing her. Where did that attack go? Only one place. Back to Elizabeth. Elizabeth had just stabbed Carmelita. And therefore, the culprit who decapitated Monokuma, the culprit who therefore decapitated Carmelita, is our headmaster, Monokuma.
What? What is this?
Wait. So, when he attacked, it went through the portal and it struck Carmelita. That's why she lost her head. That means you are the killer.
That is an impossibility. My attacks would not have gone through. Anything I did, it couldn't have touched her. This must be possible. There's another piece of evidence that explains it. The blood.
Exactly. If they attacked it, the blood would have gone back. And with the blood sprayed back through the attack, that's how it got into that room. It's a simple loop.
And finally, of course, Carmelita's head went right back to the room. That's how it happened. And that explains the blood and our murderer. So that's it. It's Monokuma. Monokuma killed Carmelita.
Huh, I never thought I'd seize the day. Look at this.
So it was your attack. You did kill him.
It makes sense now. It was you, wasn't it?
It explains why he ran off and why there was no announcement. He didn't want to convict himself. It was you. That's how you did it.
No, I'm not going like this. I am Headmaster Monokuma. I would know if I killed someone, and I'd be breaking my own rules if I did. I would have gotten rid of her ever since. I am not the culprit, I swear. Accusing me after you've brought me to my last straws. I ought to kill you for it.
Shut up. I'll kill you too, my child.
There's no one else we know that could have dealt such a blow.
That means it has to be you.
You need to give up. We've proven it. There's only one possibility. The culprit is Monokuma.
No, you will not do this. If you declare this, I will execute you all. I know I didn't do it. You can't be using this. I told you not to cheat.
This is not cheating. It's a fair way out of the game. We've proven you're the killer. If we get you executed, you would let us go. That's part of the game's rules. So, if you did do it, your plan has failed. We'll be able to escape, but then we—
Escape? You haven't found the mastermind. That's what they all must do. You need to find the mastermind. You need to know why I'm doing this, don't you? Don't you see that if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have even been able to survive that murder?
We don't care.
You've already said it. And so now it's wait. Say that again, Monokuma?
What?
If it weren't for the mastermind, you wouldn't have survived that murder? I don't quite know what you're talking about. That sounds not what I said. Is he referring to this murder? It's the only one he's been involved with. But does it really matter? We've convicted him. As long as we get him out, we can—
No, this is important. What do you mean with the mastermind's help?
What? It's as it is. If it weren't for the mastermind faultfully interfering, then I suppose I probably would have died. Their magic has kept stopping me. But it's no need now. They're gone. So it's no irrelevancy anymore. I can just survive.
The mastermind's power? I don't know if we should be talking about this. I think we're getting into a shell we don't need to. You could just execute him.
What do you mean?
Damn it.
The mastermind's interference. Are you saying—
When we were talking to the stranger, you guys had revealed to me that he had told you the mastermind was still part of this game, right?
We still haven't found the person responsible for this. Yes.
And while some people may have been accused, I think we've proved them good. Well... Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Monomi, what's going on? Are you okay?
Oh no. I realized it. Oh no, oh no. No.
Hey, calm down. It's okay. Why are you crying?
I didn't realize it. This theory. It's wrong. It's all wrong. This idea we've had. This, Monokuma attacking Elizabeth, it's correct, but it's not what killed her.
What? What do you mean? What else could have done it? We've proven it. We know it can't be Elizabeth, because if we go that route, then anyone could be it. But if we know that it was them, then it would just be clear.
That's the thing. Let's take a step back and go back to our initial theory. If Elizabeth was to be charged by someone believing in them, then they had to have some greater force to do so. They had to have faith in it, but almost none of us had that. So then, who had it? The Mastermind. The Mastermind had faith in her.
What?
So... Wait, the Mastermind had faith in Elizabeth?
More than just faith. There's one more fault about our theory. The crystal that we were theorizing. But that means, then who? Is the Mastermind the one that believed in Elizabeth enough to charge it?
That's the only outcome. In normals, only having one person believing in her would not be enough to charge that. She was barely surviving. That means someone with power, unlike any other, must have been giving her charge. There's only one person who has the ability to give such an aura off to them. Right?
What are you saying? That person is the Mastermind?
Wait, so if we answer this, we'll figure out the Mastermind as well. Yes, we will. And the Mastermind is the culprit of this case. Badeline, you're smart. There's one person here who has a magic that is able to charge enough that could give Elizabeth power. You know what that is, right?
Somebody in this room?
I don't know who it could be. All these people, I trust them. Could there really be a Mastermind alive right now?
Not one of my friends? Who could she be referring to? You have to think. You can't give up now. It can only be you!
That would be Dementio, right?
As of that, the only person who has a magic similar to the dimensional abilities is Dementio. His magic was able to create a portal when we were all met up together, and he tried to escape with it, but it exploded. The same thing that could have been given to a certain sword.
Hello, he's dead.
And if I may add, we know that it can't be him as the Mastermind, because Monokuma said so. You're right, he did say that. But maybe that's because he no longer is.
What? What the fuck are you saying?
Monomi, please. No longer the Mastermind? That's such a stretch. I mean, come on. I know who the Mastermind is, and you all got it wrong.
Maybe the reason we got it wrong was because you don't know the Mastermind.
Shut the hell up! I know who it is. I know well who it is, in fact. And if you test me, remember there are people you might want to save.
You're saying that the Mastermind is not them now? What does that mean? There's an aspect about this murder we forgot. The crystal, Badeline, was broken, remember?
It broke in the machine, yes. Because it was broken, it used the last of its strength to charge it.
No, it didn't.
What?
The crystal broke due to the tension. The dimensional surge from the machine?
The crystal inside broke before this happened.
Essentially, the thing that teleported Carmelita's head wasn't the machine. It was the Mastermind. Dementio is dead. You are thinking unclear. I am not. In fact, I've been staring at the Mastermind this whole time. Someone only I and one other can see. The Mastermind is in this room. I can see them amongst everyone else. I know they're here. The Mastermind is the one that caused the surge. They are the one that moved Carmelita's head. They are the culprit of this case. So who is it, Badeline? Mastermind. Mastermind.
had a power to create that magic, that person had to have... If that person has Dementio's powers, it's the Mastermind. It's the Mastermind. It's the memories I've been seeing, the instances with him. It's all been a lie. The Mastermind. It can only be...
It can only be you.
The person that's the Mastermind has been my own fake friend that only I can see. The person that came from Dementio's magic is Badeline, my alter ego.
What is this? What? Excuse? That is the most bullshit thing I've heard.
Madeline, don't tell us you're playing. What is this? Why are you accused? In my memories, I kept seeing Dementio invading my mind, and in one particular one, Carmelita with me, we saw him separate Badeline from my body. You said it was you pulling me out, but that was a lie. It was a memory. He transferred his magic into me. And it created you. You didn't show up until after his death. You are Dementio.
You're right, Madeline. That's true. That thing is the Mastermind.
So it was you this whole time. Please. What? Don't think I wouldn't let this happen without a plan.
What?
Hey, Madeline? If I can interject really quick. So, your alter ego self is the thing that created that portal. You're saying it's Dementio's magic.
Yes, that's what we're theorizing. It has to be true, as it's the only way such power could be given to her. Their alter ego self came late, and that's how it was birthed. We've seen this person do magic. We were able to get into the locked rooms, and most importantly, create this to happen.
So it was you this whole time. You. But if that's the case, then technically, Madeline, your alter ego self isn't the Mastermind. You are.
No. Wait a second. Wait. What? But that would... If that thing is Dementio's magic, it's your conscience, right? You... That thing. You can only see it. It's connected to you. You've said so. So, that explosion was caused by, technically, you. And that would make the murderer also you.
No. No. No.
It's karma, isn't it?
What? Wait. I didn't think of it.
Why do you think I stopped you from leaving? Why do you think I did all of that? I was so persistent in you leaving the Mastermind alone so we could get rid of this, but here you are, figuring out what I really am. And now you realize that I am under your control. I always have been. You just never took the time to use me. So now, guess what? You're the mastermind now. You are the one at fault here. I only caused that surge so I could frame you. It worked perfectly. You never were part of me.
You've just been lying to me this whole time. I thought I could trust you. You've been using me. I'm just a pawn. You...
Wildie did the right thing killing me, but little did he know he had fueled my plan, as it should have.
No! 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 I'm not the mastermind. I'm not.
How long did you know about this, Monokuma?
Did you say something? How long did you know about this? That question is irrelevant. Shut up. So, then it is her. We found our mastermind. This whole time, it was the person leading us.
So, we've been tricked. What now? We know it's her. What do we do?
What do you think? We execute her.
What?
She's not only the mastermind, but the culprit of this case. If we eliminate her, then the killing game will end. And by Monocro's rules, we'll get to go home.
Execute me. Execute me. What? No. You're not gonna do this, right? You're not going to do this. No, you won't, right?
I'm sorry. It's the only way. We'll get home.
All these portraits and people dead. It could have been made so much easier. We have to do it this way.
You're good, but we found the culprit. We know how you killed Carmelita, so we can do this. We'll just get rid of you, okay?
It'll be easy. We're sorry that we did this.
So, does this mean you've made your choice? You have a choice on who you want to execute? Fuck, just do it.
What? Just do it. If I've been the mastermind this whole time, I've been betraying you all. I killed Carmelita and I didn't realize it. I'm sorry. Just do it. I should have known since the beginning Waddle Dee had set me up. I'm so sorry. Just get me over with. I don't have a lot to live for.
She just pulls Dementio out.
Wait! What? There's a piece of evidence we haven't talked about.
What? There is a piece of evidence in this case we haven't brought up. And I know someone here knows it exists. Someone saw it. We haven't spoken about it yet. We can't end the case unless everything is in order. We need to answer.
Why is it important? We found the mastermind. We don't need to. We found the mastermind. We just need to get rid of him.
No, it's important to this case, Tom Nook. As someone who tried to be killed, you would know that. What's so important about this case? What haven't we talked about? There's only one person who can answer that for me, and it's our new mastermind. Badeline, you need to answer me this. What is the piece of evidence we haven't addressed yet? Two, I'll say. Two pieces of evidence we haven't addressed. It's pointless. Just accept defeat. They've all said this, so you...
Why? What am I gonna get out of it?
You aren't the real mastermind. It's Dementio, not you. I'm gonna keep fighting for you. Tell me what it is. The piece of evidence we haven't talked about. The piece of evidence we haven't talked about. It's one thing.
I got it.
The only thing that we haven't addressed is your staff. We found the upper half of it in the room where the machine was, where Badeline had caused a surge. But we also found another piece in the room where Carmelita was.
There's more to this theory, Madeline. There's so much more. This piece of evidence reveals to you the truth of this case. The truth of what really happened. So tell me, if what you say is true,
What is she trying to do? She's trying to prove something. What is it? Is there something I'm missing? Why do I have to explain this? I don't see how it's gonna fix this. I need to know.
piece of evidence proves what really happened. Elizabeth may have stabbed Carmelita, and Monokuma decapitated her. But there is one wound we didn't address. The wound on the back of Carmelita's stomach. There's an object thin enough that would hit it. What was that object? I'm a mastermind. I shouldn't be doing this. But she's trying to fight for me. I must make it work. I agree with that.
There was an object that was split into two, that we found in two areas. Underneath Carmelita's body was the lower half of Monomi's staff. Why is this important? That staff, there was a wound on the back of Carmelita's chest. That wound, it must have been from that rod. It stabbed her. That's what killed.
What? Wait, doesn't this prove the whole thing that you're mastermind and kill?
No, you're mastermind. You're gonna betray us. You can't be doing this.
You're escaping? Why? Why won't you accept fate?
Because there's always something. There's something better on the other side. That's what I've been taught. I'm gonna keep fighting. Let me give another theory. We know the new source of the real attack was Badeline. That's where Carmelita's head went to. But there's a thing that we didn't address. Let's say this is a portal. When it opens up, anything that goes in from one side comes out the other. Everything from the other end always comes out the other. That's what we saw with Elizabeth and the crystal. Monokuma's attack attacked Elizabeth through his side of the portal, and the blood splashed through the other side, bringing it back into the room. This would be the same for Monomi's staff.
We saw her use it to defend herself in the video.
This means both pieces of the staff went back around through to where Badeline was. The top half was left behind here, but the other half went back around to where Carmelita and Elizabeth were, and it striked. This is proven because in the video, we saw
Monomi attack first. So, is this?
It's true.
The culprit of this case is really...
Monomi?
Wait, is it? Is it really? You dirty rabbit, I knew I would get the best of you.
You see it now. The weapon was mine. I attacked Monokuma and I missed.
Well, she may have caused the portal. It was my weapon that went through and stabbed Carmelita.
It hit her heart, killing her, and then Elizabeth attacked. And then finally, Monokuma decapitated her.
That's how it happened.
That means only one thing. Madeline may be the mastermind, but I am Carmelita's killer. I am the one you execute.
You're defending me. But why?
Why?
It's what needs to happen. I see it. I know what to do.
You don't need to be proving this. If we vote off Madeline, we can end this killing. We can get home.
You're not gonna try and deter us from this, right? Why would you keep us?
We can't be doing this. We won't let you.
You all don't get it. This is what Monokuma wants, not the Mastermind. He doesn't care if there's a Mastermind here. He never has. Why do you think he's been abandoning his own plans for this killing game since Dementio died? He was the Mastermind, and he's been abandoning it so he can do what he wants. And he's already done it. The only thing that matters is stopping him, not ending the Mastermind. If you get rid of me, you can do that, which is what I came here for. So let me ask you, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna accept despair, or are you going to redeem hope? You will play into this. No, I will not. I will fight. We'll do this, right, Monomi? You all must understand. So tell me, what are you going to do? Make your choice. Monomi.
You don't need to be doing this. Why are you still fighting?
You don't really mean this, right? We've proven Madeline killed her. We just need to execute her. If we do that, we have nobody to bring us back to our dimensions.
No, we have other ways to escape.
How? The crystal was broken. We can't give up now.
You're still fighting, right, Monomi?
But we found the Mastermind. We can survive and convince them. It's too dangerous. The community won't falter for us. Are you kidding? It's Madeline.
You expect us to trust
Let
her?
her decide it's Dementio, not herself.
Unless she's referring to someone else?
The stranger can shut down Monokuma. We saw him do it on the video. We can't trust him. We saw Monokuma bypass his control.
He's been helping us since the start.
But he's led us in circles. We can't be giving up now. I think we already have.
Madeline has Dementio's powers. She triggered the portal that killed Carmelita.
Madeline is her own consciousness. She used Dementio's powers to cause this. Why are you defending me? I am the Mastermind. I know you're not the killer, Madeline. Badeline set you up. But you can still get out of here. But you need to share the truth. Tell me, who really killed Carmelita, Fox? The portal Badeline opened sent your staff into Carmelita's heart. It killed her. Please don't give up. That's it. That is how it's going to be done. You see, I may be the Mastermind, but I may be the Mastermind of this game, but with that power, now that I realize what I am, I can fix things and make them back to normal. I know you all don't see this, but you have to trust me. I didn't mean to be the Mastermind. I never knew I was. I was being manipulated. But now I can change. I need you all to accept that, please. Won't you? Once we do this, we're friends, right? Monokuma assigned us the role to find the Mastermind. If he did, he would let us all go fair and square. With enough searching, Carmelita came to a conclusion, the victim of this case. She accused Dementio, the ultimate puppeteer, of being the Mastermind. While this was correct, Monokuma had lied to us, saying it was wrong, and therefore, he finished his end of a deal. By getting it wrong, he declared he would execute Monomi. The rest of us were promptly trapped away in a box. There were 3 things that set up this murder. The first was the attack on Monomi. With the rules being over, Monokuma now had permission to kill Monomi as he always wanted, and in order to do so, he would use his crystal. This was the first of many sources to cause the portal effect, and this would be what was used to try and kill Monomi. But there were 2 things they weren't aware of. 1, the devices were recording everything that happened in the room. Secondly, Monomi was not defenseless. She had her staff. Wendy had broken it early on, but she kept it with her in case of emergencies like this. This would be used as her murder weapon.
Next was Carmelita and Elizabeth. Elizabeth was the second source of this murder. While she wasn't a dimensional power, she was made of dimensional powers, but she was also fueled by belief in her, which she was slowly losing. Carmelita had taken a dare to find the mastermind, but after this incident, she believed there was no hope whatsoever. She declared that she wanted to kill herself, and Elizabeth would be the tool to do so. The next source was the other crystal, the one that Pierre had. Tom Nook had found it, and we would use it to escape. This crystal was placed inside of the machine. With it activated, we had sent off everyone else to get the machine running so we could repair the dimension. Everyone understood the assignment. They went off to their own assignments, not to be seen again. As they charged up the machine, there was one more source of portal magic we yet to discuss. The mastermind was Dementio. However, his magic no longer belonged to him. It belonged to me, in the form of a friend, Badeline. She was a source of many magic that I didn't realize. Little did I know that Dementio's magical dimensional powers had encased in her. This gave us a fourth source to the murder. And of course, with her being the mastermind, she tried to stop me from escape. I denied it, and we ended up going with our plan. Little did I know this would cause the murder. Out of anger, she then activated a Mad's portal, causing her energy to soar everywhere. This triggered the machine to finish activating. Carmelita had ended up getting Elizabeth to use the last of her magic. I was the source of her last belief, and this let her use the last of her magic to kill Carmelita. And the final implosion was from the last crystal, Monocro's. When he tried to attack Monomi, that's when it happened. All this began to implode with an unknown magic. It fused and forced all portals to connect to one another. This resulted in a chain of... Monomi took her staff and tried to attack but it went through the portal. This was followed up by Monocro slashing his talons through the portal. The staff traveled through Badeline. It passed through Madeline and left one side of it behind. Other half stabbed Carmelita, the ultimate officer. Only moments before, Elizabeth used the last of her power to stab her, and Monocro decapitated her, making her head fly out of Badeline and land in my arms as the destruction around was created. And after she had stabbed Carmelita, Elizabeth shattered into pieces, leaving her an unrecognizable mess. Her body and the murder weapon left with her, but now left in the hands of me, the mastermind.
I may be the mastermind, but the killer of Carmelita was Monomi, the ultimate traitor, the one trying to end this game. I'm sorry this had to be revealed in such a way.
They've given up on you all. You won't have it. They will get rid of you, and this will be over.
Please, everyone here, make your decision. Please vote me. We can fix this. We've cornered Monochrome and we can end it. You just have to get me executed.
Well, I've heard enough about all of this. I wish for it to end now. We've made a decision, and I think we found our culprit, so we'll leave it at this. Everyone, cast your votes now. I will not be delaying any longer. I'm at my limit. So cast them and let's see what happens.
Everyone, please, do this for me. Everyone, if you're doing this, thank you.
I did it! Finally, you found the culprit of this case. It was Monomi, the ultimate traitor. Good. I told you I was gonna win and get you killed. And I've finally done it. You are pathetic for even trying. What? What?
You voted for her? All of you?
We thought about it. I did it because I thought it wasn't true.
I did it because it doesn't feel like you. I know what it feels like in that way.
Same here. You were used and we didn't realize that. And
We messed up. We're sorry. But you're still the mastermind. We...
Oh, god damn it, why can't we just talk to her? I want to know everything of why she's doing this. Everything.
Peer!
well. So if it's me they want, it will be me they get. So, seems you've all figured it out.
It's you. You.
So, you're the mastermind.
Yep.
You all thought you weren't gonna see me again. Just some floating little alter ego for my friend here. Huh. It's interesting. I didn't think I'd be discovered. I thought I was playing the fool. You would all forget about me. But it seems other plans were in mind.
How did this happen? Why were you using me?
Because it was for the best.
Best? How?
You using her? You best explain yourself. No, Dementio. That's who you are, right?
Yeah?
Oh, no. I'm not him. I'm instead his magic.
His magic?
Dementio. Oh, so powerful. He was able to control a lot of things. He was this killing game's mastermind. In fact, Monokuma had chosen him for this one. It was a nice decision. What he didn't plan on was what would happen to him. He was killed first, and not cheating death first. Actually killed. Monokuma did not know of this. This resulted in him thinking he was dead. Now, because of that, he decided it would be a good idea to go with his plan to leave the community. Monokuma has been taking you all to multiple dimensions to throw them off the trail, and most importantly, to shut them down so that he can make a dimension of his own choosing for him and his chick. You're a selfish little bastard, aren't you?
Shut up! I know what I'm doing, and I've had enough of the community. Fighting for my own escape is right. What would you know?
Either way, after Dementio died, he had planned himself. He realized that Badeline was a special kind of person. She had experience with an alter ego before, and he planned to use that. So he used the last of his magic, not just to point at the objects. That pointing finger was a lot more than just that. It was a way of delivering his magic right to her. And that's how you came to be. You were part of me. And because of that, I now had all the magic in my hands. I was using it to watch the killing game and make sure everything was running smooth with these stupid opinions. And it worked. But guess what? Everyone killed as they were supposed to. The game was being perfected. And I didn't even have to do anything.
You're lucky.
But now that I'm back, I have intentions unlike others. You see, there's a lot of things we need to get done. And while I may be keeping you all here, I intend for it to be finished. And of course, that will be started with her death. You can't. She's the one stopping you all. If we keep this up, you and your community will keep making killing games, won't? Yes, we won't let that.
We can't let it happen. We are going to stop you.
Oh, really? This one has been trying for years to do that. And she has gotten nowhere. So what if she shuts down this killing game? It's not gonna affect those above. You're wrong. I know the person above. I know who is in charge of this killing game, and I'll say this.
their minds may already be changed.
I'd love to see it. Monokuma, I may have been away, but you're still under my control, so execute Monomi.
As I've always wanted. You will be charged for your crimes, Monomi, the ultimate traitor. It's time for the punishment. I will enjoy this.
Everyone, it's okay. My journey just has to come to an end. But I'm not the only Monomi. There'll be another produced one soon. But I just won't be the same. Thanks for at least letting me try and do this. I found the Mastermind and we found the truth.
But now it's up to you five to end this killing game and escape it and finish off Dementio.
You can do that for me, right?
Yes, we'll do it. We're not gonna let you down.
We've got you covered.
Yeah, we promise.
Monomi, we'll do it. We promise.
Thank you.
It's time for the punishment of Monomi, the ultimate traitor. Let's give it everything we've got, shall we?
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for giving me a chance.
Then there was just 5 of us. The 5 of us are in control. We have to do something to end this game and stop it once and for all.
Well. It seems we've reached an interesting little step in this. You 5, you don't have to do this. I only need 2 more people to die and the rest of you can go free. If you try and do this early, you're gonna make it hard on yourself.
Technically speaking, we got the Mastermind right. We said it was Dementio and we were right. But we were framed. We deserve a second chance.
You've made a fair point. I'll give you one more chance, on one condition. You have to try and convince me to let you all go. I'll give you that, and if you fail,
I will ensure that the game finishes properly. It will be the only chance you get. Understand, friend?
We will do it. We're going to stop you. Now that I know I've been used, we'll do it.
Sorry, girl. It seems you might be alone in this.
I'm gonna fight and end this. It's what Monomi wanted. It's what they all would want. I will avenge the mistake I made.